question number 1. What would be the best title for this chart? What would be the best title for this chart?
How can people change in
Very good. How can people change the environment? Number 2, a natural event that causes a lot of damage or loss of life. How about kiwi?
people throw trash?
So does that cause a lot of loss of life for people? A natural event. Is people cutting things down a natural event? Remember we talked about changes made by people and then changes made by nature? We want a natural event made by nature, not a change made by people. Would a small rainstorm cause a lot of damage and loss of life? Would a lot of people die from a rainstorm, Kiwi?
No.
No?
Natural disaster.
Very good, a natural disaster. Number 2 or 3, is this a good or a bad change? The kudzu plant grows in a new part of the forest. Mia?
Yes,
The
a bad change.
Very good, the plants die underneath of it. Okay, is this a good change or a bad change? People cut down trees.
It's a bad trail.
Very good, a bad change. Good girl. How can people hurt the environment? Minha.
People can start forest fires.
Excellent. People can start forest fires. The other ones were ways people can help the environment. How does a forest fire change the environment? Lehan?
The plants are burnt and the animal move or die.
Very nice. Excellent job, Lehan. Good girl. Environmental scientists are important because why?
Because all of them are correct.
Excellent. All of these. They do research, they find solutions, they help make laws, and they teach others about the environmental problems. Number 9, which is true about dams built by beavers? Cindy?
They harm environment.
Can you say environments?
Environment.
Remember their dam, the beaver's dam, also helps the environment. It makes a habitat for new animals and for fish by making a little pond. So it does harm the environment, but it also helps it. What can change an environment in minutes? A fast change. Sal?
A beaver dam.
It only takes a beaver a couple of minutes.
Forest fire.
Yeah, a forest fire is a fast change. Animals and plants are slower changes. All right, Sal, you can have this one. What is the answer to this question? Anything plants, people, or animals use to meet their needs?
Recycle.
That's what recycling is?
Resource.
Resource, right? What is recycle, Sal? Remember, recycle means to make something new, like making a pencil holder out of a water bottle. Recycle. Resource is anything people, plants, or animals use to meet their needs. The kudzu plant grows over other plants. Leo.
The plant needs light to make food.
Excellent job. They die because they can't make their own food. Good boy, Leo. All the living and non-living things around you make up your
environment. The environment.
Very good, environment. And great job on your quiz, Minlong. You got a very good grade.
I know, all right.
Good. Is this a good or a bad change? Birds spread seeds. Suri,
Okay.
good change. Good girl. Excellent job. What happens to animals when people throw trash in the ocean? Teddy,
All of these are correct.
very nice. Some animals get sick, some get stuck, and some eat the trash. So that was your lesson 1 quiz. Not too bad, everyone. I was pretty happy with the grades. But there was one question a lot of people got wrong that surprised me, and that is that an environment is all the living and non-living things around you. Okay? Your environment. Micah, what do you think climate change is?
I think it is a different change for the nature.
All right, so when nature has a big change, that's definitely a part of it, Micah.
A flood.
Say it again.
Flood.
So yeah, floods and other natural disasters are more common. They happen more often with climate change. Let's take a look at this video about climate change.
This is the world. That's you and that's me. The world has the perfect temperature to keep all living things alive and happy. This temperature depends on a balance. The sun's heat goes to Earth to make it warm.
All right, what does the sun's heat do?
The sun heat make warm the earth.
Very good, it makes the Earth warm. The sun's heat bounces back to space to make the Earth cool.
Heat comes to Earth. Does it stay there?
It stays cool.
Yeah, how does the Earth get cool? Where does the heat go?
The heat goes out.
Yeah, it goes out. It goes back into outer space. So the sun's heat heats up the Earth and then it goes back to outer space.
When this balance is lost, the climate changes. The Earth's climate has changed many times before. This is called natural climate change. It's caused by volcanic eruptions, changes in the sun's energy, and changes in the Earth's orbit.
So what causes natural climate change? So climate change can happen naturally. What causes natural climate change?
The volcano.
Very good, volcano eruptions. And what else? Can you say the sun's energy?
The sun energy.
Very good. All right. Let's look now at greenhouse gases and how they make the Earth warmer.
Greenhouse gases also make the Earth warmer. They trap heat from the sun. Greenhouse gases are like a blanket covering the Earth.
So greenhouse gases trap heat from the sun so that it doesn't bounce back into outer space. Hui, what are greenhouse gases like? What do they say it's like?
Like a blanket cover the earth.
Very good. So it keeps the greenhouse gases here, so we're nice and happy in a blanket covering the Earth.
It started in the 1700s. Humans started to build more things. We burned coal to make electricity. We burned oil to make our cars and planes move. We use chemicals to make things. We cut down lots of trees. We burn gas to cook food. We dump lots of trash on landfills. We plant a lot more rice. All these things release greenhouse gases.
So what were some of the things they said that release greenhouse gases? How about Micah?
People cutting down trees, building more house, and using gas to cook.
Excellent. Did anyone see anything else? Any other ways? All right, that's really good. So using burning coal, burning gases in our cars, those release more greenhouse gases, which trap heat.
Remember the blanket over the earth? Because of humans, it got much.
All right, so what happened to the blanket around Earth? What happened to the greenhouse gases now that there are more? All right, so the blanket gets thicker, right?
When I get hot, I sweat. I even get dizzy. Imagine the earth. Because it's hotter, glaciers and ice sheets are melting. Seas are rising, storms are getting stronger, some places are getting dry. Even the sea is getting warmer. All living
So what does it say climate change does? Storms are getting bigger. What else happens?
The fish dead.
The
fish is dead.
Very good. What was another thing, Hacker? What else changed?
The sea is very warmer because the wind gets thicker.
Excellent. The greenhouse gases get thicker, so the sea is getting warmer. What other changes happened? What else did you see in the video? T?
The ice melt.
Excellent. The ice is melting.
The living things are dead.
Excellent. Living things are dying. Noob, did you see something else?
I feel water is bigger and stronger.
Yes, excellent job, Noob. The waves are bigger and stronger. The storms are bigger. All right, guys. So that is climate change. So climate change is the change in temperature, like it gets hotter, rain, the bigger storms, due to increased carbon dioxide, that's a greenhouse gas, from burning oil and coal. Global warming. Assie, can you read the definition of global warming?
The insects in temperature due to climate change. The plunge.
Good. Can you say temperature?
Temperature.
Very good, Assie. Thank you. So global warming is when it gets hotter because of climate change. How do you think climate change can affect animals? Micah, what do you think?
I think that climate change can make animals sick or die.
Very good. Sick or dies, two things that could happen. Hannah, what do you think could happen to animals because of climate change?
They can move to other place.
Excellent. Maybe a place where it's colder or where the weather is the way it used to be in its habitat. How does climate change affect the polar bear's habitat?
It is super cold.
It is super cold. And then what does climate change do to it, Hacker? How might it change its environment?
First, there are many animals. Then they have not many animals.
Good. Some of the animals will die. That's true. Maybe because it gets warmer The ice starts to melt. What about the koala bear? Well, there were forest fires in Australia that killed thousands of koala bears. And the forest fires are getting worse because of climate change, because it's hotter and the weather is more extreme. But there's another way that forest fires hurt, that climate change hurts koala bears. Can you read this for me, Kui?
More carbon dioxide, dioxide in the air from pollution change the chemicals in the eucalyptus tree.
Very good. It becomes poisonous to
It
koala.
becomes poisonous to koala bears.
Very good. Thank you, Kui. So remember from your reading, koala bears only eat eucalyptus leaves. But the greenhouse gases, the carbon dioxide from pollution, makes the eucalyptus tree poisonous to koala bears. So what will happen to the koala bears? Hannah?
The koala bears will die or sick.
Exactly. Great answer, Hannah. They'll die or become sick because that's their only food.
This is all they can eat. They get closer and closer to
Extinction.
extinction as pollution increases.
Very good. So as pollution increases, more eucalyptus trees become poisonous and more koala bears die. And there's more forest fires. But some animals can move. When they get warmer, where do you think the animals can move? Mia, where do you think animals can move when it gets warmer?
When in the winter.
Where it's colder, you mean?
Winter.
But what about in the summer? If climate change makes the earth hotter, where can animals move if they get too hot?
In the bush of a tree.
Good.
High in a tree.
Very good. Maybe they go in the shade. Where else could they move? Where else? How about Min Huang? What do you think?
Africa.
Yeah, they can move to the Arctics. Can you read this for me, Min Huang?
That is the room animal can move future north or south. Animal move 7 kilometers north or south every 10 years.
Very good. So every 10 years, animals move 17 kilometers north or south to try and get somewhere colder so that it's more like where their habitat used to be. They move closer to the North Pole or the South Pole. Very good. They want to find a habitat similar to the one they used to live in. Instead of moving north or south, they also can move up. They can move up a mountain, right? Mountains are cold and snowy on top. This animal actually benefits from climate change. The bark beetle. So the bark beetle survives really well in a warm temperature. What do you think happens to them during climate change? Kwang Hai?
Climate change during climate change, the
They live in trees.
So if the bark beetle survives really well in a warm temperature, what do you think happens to them during climate change?
Climate change. When this climate change hits its shell, it is very hot.
Yeah, does it like when it's hot?
It isn't. If climate change hits shell, it can be very hot because if it doesn't have its shell, it is mm, very hot and it is very angry.
Maybe not though, because it says that it survives really well in a warm temperature, right? Can you read this for me, Kwan
The
Kwan?
bark beetle habitat grow as the earth gets warmer, destroying more trees and habitat.
Good. Can you say again, habitat grows?
The habitat grows.
Yes, so the habitat gets bigger. It likes the warm temperature. So now it gets bigger, but the bark beetle eats bark. So it destroys more habitats for other animals. Some species can adapt easier. So some species can adapt. Other species are less adaptable.
Okay, the animals that can adapt will survive. Other animals that need specific food, shelter, or weather may go extinct. What animals? The polar bear, like koalas bear,
And the rhinoceros. That's a hard one.
rhinoceros, and more.
Very good. So some animals will adapt, but other animals that need special food, like the koala bear, will go extinct. It's predicted by scientists that 1 in 3 species will go extinct. So if we have 3 animals, the koala bear, the polar bear, and the rhinoceros, one of them will go extinct because of climate change. That's 30% of all the animals on Earth will go extinct because of climate change. Let's look at how a raccoon handles climate change.
Some animals can tolerate big swings in weather and can find food from many different sources, so they will be able to survive and stay where currently found.
So the raccoon can survive different changes of weather, and it can eat different foods. So the raccoon might be okay.
Species with more specific needs will have to move to other areas to find what they need to survive. Those that can't find those conditions quickly enough will die.
So animals that can't adapt will have to move, and if they can't move, they have to die. So trees can't really move, can they? Plants move by the wind, by animals, or by water, and they need certain sunlight. So what happens to plants during climate change?
Plants cannot move themselves. Even if people move, the soil, water, and sunlight might not be right for them to survive.
Very good. So even if people move them, the soil and the sunlight might not be right for them to survive. So the plants have a hard time adapting to their changing environment, where it's hotter, there's more rain, there's more storms. This says climate change can also make natural disasters like hurricanes and forest fires happen more often and be more dangerous. Remember the koala bears? A lot of them died from forest fires in Australia. That's caused by climate change too. Your homework for today is to choose a plant or animal affected by climate change. It can be one that we learned today, or it could be one that you already know, or one that you look up online. Draw your animal in its habitat, and then make a video. Say your animal and its environment. Say how climate change changes its environment. It could be rain, temperature, natural disasters, how hot or cold it is. And then how does climate change affect your animal? Here's my example. This is a picture of a raccoon. Its environment is the forest. Number 2, climate change makes the forest have more forest fires, and it makes it warmer. It might also rain more, and some plants might go extinct. Number 3, the raccoon will be okay during climate change because it can eat a lot of different things, and it can adapt to live in the cold or the heat. As long as there's not a natural disaster like a flood or a forest fire, the raccoon will be okay. That's all for today. I will see you all on Monday. Have a good weekend. Make sure you do your homework, okay?